Milton Glaser was born in the Bronx in 1929, a borough of New York City located within, well, you may have guessed it, New York. His parents were both immigrants from Hungary. As a majority of college students in the United States should already know, 1929 was the year the Great Depression began, so times were extremely tough economically all over the country, especially for immigrants in the country who had just recently moved here. Glaser went to high school at Manhattan's High School of Music and Arts, now known as Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School. Upon graduating there, he enrolled and studied at the Cooper Union for the Advancement in Science and Arts. This is the high school he went to, and this is the Cooper Union right there. After graduating from the Cooper Union, he eventually received the Fulbright Scholarship, allowing him to study at the Academy of Fine Arts in Bologna, Italy, mentored by the renowned painter Giorgio Morandi. Morandi was very well known for his still life paintings of typically very simple objects, such as these. As you can see, Morandi liked to keep things relatively simple, limiting much variation in the tones used in his paintings. Also, I hope this is not like a felony, including these pictures of his artwork, because I had to screenshot them directly from metmuseum.org, and they specifically said there are rights restrictions not allowing downloading the images. Anyway, this piece was done by Glaser via lithograph for a new radio station which hired him to create a design that really embodied modern musicians at the time. It was made in 1966 and it measured 45 1/8 by 58 1/2 inches. This design was created via offset lithograph from an ink drawing with a cello tack overlay. It measured 32 5/8 by 22 inches. When this was made, it was 1966 and singer Bob Dylan was in a motorcycle crash and rumors were beginning to circulate that he was dead. So CBS Records hired Glaser to create a poster to be included in the packaging of Dylan's upcoming album and help bring more positive attention to the singer. This was the poster Glaser was hired to design for a Mahalia Jackson concert on Easter Sunday in 1967. The concert took place at the Lincoln Center in New York. It was created via offset lithograph and it was 37 7/8 by 48 3/4 inches. This was a poster Glaser was employed to design in 1967 for the rock band The Lovin' Spoonful. More specifically, it was a poster for a concert they were also doing at the Lincoln Center in New York. It was made by offset lithograph and it was 37 1/8 by 24 inches. I don't really know anything about the backstory to this one, but it's called Big Nudes and it was made via offset lithograph and measured 24 3/8 by 37 1/4 inches. Dick Gregory was a comedian as well as a civil rights activist. As to what on poppy means, I have no clue. I searched around online and couldn't find anything. This piece measured 36 by 24 inches. This one was also hard to find much information on in regard to why it was created or who it was for. I found it was created in 1976 through the Modern Museum of Art's website. It says Albert King on there, so I'm assuming it was a poster made for the blues guitarist who went by that name. It measured 62 3/4 by 42 inches and was made by offset lithograph. This logo right here should be immediately recognized by any person who has ever been to New York. What a lot of people don't know, however, is that it was designed by Milton Glaser. He designed this distinct logo first while in the back of a taxi in 1976 on a piece of paper envelope using a red crayon. It measures 2 7/8 by 3 5/8 inches. The next or official version of the design was done also in 1976 via ink on a board measuring 11 1/8 by 12 1/4 inches. Another very popular logo that was designed by Milton Glaser was the DC The Bullet logo. This logo was designed in 1976 by means which I could not find while searching around online, unfortunately. I'm also not sure what the dimensions were. I could not find this piece through any of the museum websites, but I found all throughout Google that he was the creator of this specific rendition of the DC Comics logo, so I assume it's factual. Similar to his Albert and Big Nudes pieces, I could not find much information on this one either. What I can say for sure, though, based upon what the words spell out, it was a poster for the Newport Jazz Festival in New York in 1978. It was made by silkscreen and measured 36 by 24 inches, which I found through the Modern Museum of Art's website. In 1968, Milton Glaser founded the New York Magazine, which was a bi-weekly magazine focused mainly on New York City, including its politics, culture, style, and life in general. These are some of his works of art that were once featured in the magazine. Glaser proctored a course called Design and Personality at New York's School of Visual Arts for about 42 years, beginning in 1960 and stopping in 2002. After that, he taught at Cooper Union as well as New York School of Visual Arts Design graduate program for majors in fine arts. Milton Glaser passed away on his birthday this year, June 26, 2020, at the age of 91. And this is my list of resources that I used to gather all the knowledge that I presented in this PowerPoint about Milton Glaser.